Hey everybody, Thrifty Teresa back again with another question and answer video. This is question number 3 from ChuckWeb66. He had 3 fantastic questions. If you haven't watched the first 2 questions, one of them's about eBay, one of them's about Etsy, go back in my channel and check those out. Those were just a couple days ago. Today I'm going to address a question that Chuck had about Amazon FBA. And he says, I see a lot of originally sealed, new in package, strange items at thrift stores that you could sell on Amazon. For example, doorknobs, towel racks, soap dishes, housewares, things like that. And he wants to know, do you think they would have a better or worse time selling on Amazon compared to sealed items like VHS or DVD or toys, etc.? I would say, first off, thrifting for items to send to Amazon is certainly going to be more difficult than doing retail arbitrage, which a lot of people do, or online arbitrage. That's where you are going out to a big box store or you're searching online for clearance items, sale items, things you can use a coupon on that are 100% brand new, sealed, packaged in the box, ready to go. Slap a label on it, send it to Amazon. But you can find some really great gems out there. And I highly recommend that if you are not buying these items already for your eBay store, which I know Chuck has, and a lot of resellers have, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. You should be buying those things. If you're not going to send them to Amazon, you should be buying those things and selling them on eBay. Because used, or rather, new housewares that have not been opened, that are still sealed, sell very well on eBay. There are always people who are redoing their home, or they broke something in their home and now they have to fix it and they want to replace it with that towel rack that they have had for years, but now it's discontinued at the hardware store and they can't find it anywhere. If they can find it on eBay, you're going to get that sale. If they go looking for something on Amazon, again, you're going to get that sale. So whether or not you send it to Amazon is still a tricky question because there are things that you have to factor in. For the most part, the thing that you're going to need to factor in as to whether you send it to Amazon or not is going to be fees. If this is a out of stock item from your local hardware store, this has been discontinued, it may or may not fetch a great price on Amazon. And especially if it is a large item, such as a towel rack, we'll just continue to use that example, those could be heavy. The packaging could be heavy. So the weight of the item factors into the amount of fees you are going to get on that sale on Amazon. So if the towel rack is only selling on Amazon for $15 or $16, if your fees are getting eaten up because this item is so heavy, or it's so large that you're getting oversized fees at Amazon, it could take away $8 in fees off that sale. So you would only be getting $7 or $8 back. And that does not include the price that you paid for the item at the thrift store, how much it's cost you to send the item to Amazon. There are a lot of variables when it comes to sending things to Amazon as to whether or not it's going to be worthwhile for you. Down below, I'm going to link a FBA fee calculator where you can actually look up an item on Amazon and it will give you a rundown of all the fees that you could potentially be paying if you were to send that into Amazon and it were to sell. You get a similar fee calculation when you scan things on your phone, when you're standing at the thrift store and you can go, yeah, okay. But doesn't always include things like weight and size, because that stuff sometimes is not in the Amazon catalog, so it's not visible to you on your phone. Also, you need to sort of kind of think, and I know it's hard to do that when you're on the spot standing at a thrift store, but you also kind of got to think, is this thing going to sell fast? And I think that's part of Chuck's question, is if you'd have a better or worse time selling it on Amazon compared to, say, a toy. Toys are popular. Everybody buys toys. But people still need this stuff. People still need these housewares and these small electronics that you find in the thrift stores. So my advice, and this is what I've been doing, is if it's a decent price, if it scans on Amazon, you're like, I might be able to make $1 or $2 off of this, go ahead and buy it. Bring it home and then do more research. Also below, I'm going to link 2 great websites that will help you determine the speed of sale for these items on Amazon. One of them is called Keepa, and the other one is Camel. You plug in the Amazon ASIN on these websites. They'll give you graphs and stuff that show you, you know, it sold up to this much and then it went down to this much, and then, you know, it gives you an idea of the pricing structure and if prices are going to change on that item. And again, you can also factor in things like the sales rank to help you determine how fast these items are going to sell. Another thing you need to remember when purchasing things from the thrift stores for selling on Amazon is the condition of the item. Amazon conditions are much more strict than eBay conditions. So if this towel rack is new and in the box, but the corner's crushed because it had something heavy sitting on it when it got dumped in the thrift store, or part of it's peeled up and it's not necessarily sealed very well, you can't list that as new. Amazon's not going to be very happy if you try to list that towel rack as new because the box is damaged. Again, down below, I'm going to leave you another link giving you the Amazon website that tells you all about the condition guidelines that you need to follow. And lots of things have different guidelines. Books have different guidelines than DVDs, and DVDs have different guidelines than electronics and housewares and tools and hardware and things like that. So again, I still think you need to be buying these things at the thrift store. If you find something that looks good, even if it might be a little beat up, you can still sell it on eBay. But you really do need to pay attention to the condition. You need to pay attention to those extra fees that Amazon is going to jack you with when it comes to selling an item, especially an item that is of substantial size. And that's how you need to determine if you're going to send it to Amazon. So it's hard. It's something that I'm still learning myself. I do not have the financial capital to go ahead and run out and tear up a Target or a Walmart and just do retail arbitrage of brand new, beautiful, pristine items. So I am thrifting for FBA. And it's a long, hard process. It's taking me a long time to fill up boxes with items that I think are worthwhile to sell on Amazon. Now remember, Amazon does allow you to sell used items. So some of these housewares, even if they are crushed and stuff, you can still sell them used. So don't let condition really scare you, but condition will determine price, and price will determine fees, and fees will determine profit. So you have to factor all of that in. There's a steep learning curve to it, and I am barely making it around that curve as it is. So I hope this answer was helpful to you, Chuck, and anybody out there who is also thrifting for FBA. You know, there's gems out there to find, and I hope everybody has the best of success in finding those gems, because I'm searching for them too. Uh, Thanks for your question. Again, Chuck, you had 3 fantastic questions. Check out his other questions if you haven't watched those videos already. If you have a question for me regarding Amazon, eBay, or Etsy, leave a comment below and I will address your questions in future videos. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great week.